What's up guys, Brennan here. In today's video, I'm going to show you a tutorial for the song In This Shirt by the Irrepressibles. I did a cover on my channel and I'm going to actually teach you guys two versions. One is a little bit easier in the left hand than what I'm doing in my cover, and then the other one is what I'm doing in the piano cover that I did. So we're going to start with the right hand because that remains the same in both versions that I'm going to teach you. So let's get right into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do new videos every single week, and I do take requests, so feel free to comment those below. All right, we're gonna get started here. So you're gonna start with your thumb here on F sharp, and I'm just gonna play the right hand through before I get into teaching it to you. So you start with your thumb here, and then you go 3 times on C sharp, then back to your F, then do that over again. So then you go E and G sharp. So let's play that through again. So in the song, you're actually going to play that through a few times. And once you have that, then you're going to go here. And then you're going to jump up all the way to the same note, but up here, and play it this. Let me just play it through. Let's go through that again. One more time. Okay, so then the last time that he plays that, it's slightly different. So let me just play that variation. And then instead of going, you're gonna go. So let me play it through. So for the sake of showing you the timing, I'm gonna play the simpler version of the left hand, but pay attention to just my right hand for this part. Second time, same thing. Now you're going to play the different version. Same thing again. And then instead of going down here, you're going to do up here. So I'm going to play it all through again. Just paying attention to the right hand. That's what we're trying to learn right now. All right, so now we're going to get into the left hand. So like I said, I'm going to teach you two versions. The first version is the easier version, which I was just playing, where you're just playing the plain old chords. So let's get into that. First, you're going to have your pinky here on D, then F sharp and A. Then you're going to move up to where your pinky was where your middle finger is. So see your middle finger is right here. You're going to jump up to your pinky there on F sharp, your middle finger here on A, and your thumb here on C sharp. That's the second chord. Then you're going to jump up here to where your pinky's on A, your middle finger's on C sharp, and your thumb is on E. And the last chord for the whole song is down here with your pinky on E, your middle finger on G sharp, and your thumb on B. So to just play through the left hand for you. Then it starts back over. And that repeats throughout the whole song. So together again, it would sound like this. Okay guys, so I'm going to take you through that one more time, but a little slower. I do find that some people like to learn tutorials differently. They like for me to go through each note, whereas some people just like watching me do it over and over so that they can memorize. I do think that the second option is easier, so we're going to go with that. Let me just play both hands together really slowly. Alright, so now we're going to get into the next part of the song, which in the right hand, it's actually pretty easy. I'm going to just play it on its own for you. So you go like this 3 times, and then the 4th time you go. So let me play it through again. 1 time, 2nd time, 3rd time, and then the 4th time. And then the chords in the left hand are the same. So I'm going to play it together just so you can get the timing of it. So it's almost like you play the chord in the left hand, and then as soon as you hit the next one, you start on the right hand. You don't play it really at the same time. So it's like this. Then you go in. Then the next chord. do in my cover is I play what's called octaves, where you're playing the same note down here and the same note all the way up here. So I'm doing what I just played, but up here and down here at the same time. So it would sound like this. So an octave is when you play those at the same time, like that. Okay, so the next part I'm going to play here in the right hand is the first part, so you do that 2 times. So it would sound like this. If it helps to count, you can count to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then when you move up to the next chord, you're going to have in the right hand your pinky here, and you're going to do same thing 8 times. So B, A, G sharp, F sharp. So it would sound like this. So from the top, then you jump up to B, then you're going to move in the left hand up to here, and then you're going to go back to the first one you were doing. And then back to the second one you were doing. So let me just play it fully in the right hand for you. Then back to the beginning. So let's play it together so you can hear what that sounds like. So the last little part of this song is the build-up. So I'm going to play the right hand on its own. So it's almost similar to what you were doing earlier, but every time that you hit one note, you rock back and forth between the note and C sharp. So let me just do it really slow. So that's one time. Let me play it for you again. Let's do it one more time. So together it would sound like this. And you're going to do that 2 times per each chord. So it would sound like this. You always end falling back on the C sharp. So let me play it again. Then when you jump up here to your next chord, you're gonna start with your pinky in B and still rock back and forth between the C sharp, but you're gonna play this. So before you're doing A. Then you move to B. A, G sharp, F sharp. B, A, G sharp, F sharp. So all together it would sound like this. And this song is a little bit hard, so if you guys are having trouble, just know that this is actually a pretty difficult song to play. So just bear with me. I'm trying to teach you in the best way, in the easiest way that I can. So now that you've learned those 2 parts, the third one is you jump all the way up here to the same note, C sharp, but up here with your pinky. So it would sound like this. You do it twice just like with the other one. So it's C, B, A, G sharp. And you rock back and forth between the C sharp each time. So let me play that slower. Second time. So all together it would sound like this. Now the last one you're going to play is obviously in the left hand, stays the same, but in the right hand you're going to do this. Twice. So it's B, A, G sharp, F sharp. Twice. B, A, G sharp, F sharp. So let's play it all together. Back to the beginning. If you're having trouble with this, just know that it is a very hard part of the song, and it's kind of like the build-up, so it is very difficult in the right hand. So feel free if you need to pause my video and just practice that a little bit. Okay, so after that build-up, you're then gonna play in the right hand. I'm just gonna go through it one time so you can hear what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like together. And then what I do in my cover is I play octaves. So I'm playing the same thing down here and the same thing up here. So it would be like this. I'm going to go through it one more time slowly just to make sure you got it. Basically, after you hit this 3 times is when you come in on the left hand. So it'd be like this. Now the very last part of the song is the same thing as the beginning, but you play it up here. So it would be just like this. And that's it, you have the whole song. So feel free to go over that a few times, make sure you got it down. Now, like I said, in the simple version of the left hand, you're just playing the chords each time. Then start over. So that's like the easy intermediate version. Now, if you really want to spice things up and do it like in the cover that I posted, which I can link right up here, I do what's called an arpeggio. And I have a video on this subject if you guys want to know what that is. But it's called a broken chord. So instead of playing it all together, I break it up. Like that. It would sound like this. Instead of playing it just like this, you're kind of breaking it up all throughout. The way that I play this in my cover is I go D down here, I jump up to A, then play D with my thumb, then I cross over, hit F sharp, A, D, so I go, so once I go up to here, I go back down just to that point. So it would sound like this. Arpeggios are very difficult and you're going to be switching a lot in the song. So I encourage you, if you're having trouble, just feel free to do the plain old chords and don't have to do all the fancy stuff. But if you want to learn, I am here to teach it to you. So that is the first one that you do. Thumb, skip up to A, D, crossover, F sharp, A, D, then back down to A and to F sharp. So it's like this. Then you're going to do the same pattern, but for a different chord, which is your next one. So I do my pinky here, index finger here, thumb here, cross over to A, so you do the same thing. Once you reach the top up here, you go down 2. So it's so all together it would sound like this. You're going to do the same pattern, but with this chord. Play it here, skip, you skip the middle one, then you go up to your thumb here, cross over, third finger hits here, remember once you hit up here, you just go down 2, so it sounds like this. And this is some advanced stuff that I'm teaching you guys, so if you're having trouble, just bear with me. Arpeggios take a lot of practice, but they're really cool because you can take one chord, which is C, right? And you can play it. That's just those 3 notes, but all separated all throughout the piano, so it sounds really like impressive. So, you just learned. Now the last one, and then you have all the arpeggios, is this chord. So we're going to break it up. Pinky here, thumb, skip the middle, right? Pinky here, index finger, skip the middle, remember? Thumb right here on E, cross over, hit the G sharp, B, E, B, G sharp. So it sounds like this. So all together, it would sound just like this. Then you start over. And that continues throughout the whole song. So if it was hard, just know that it stays the same throughout the whole song. Oh, one thing that I do, add some kind of like flair to your your song is I rock back and forth between these two. So it's kind of like you lose room to continue the pattern. So I'll like rock back and forth between the last notes before I get here. So just to show you another example, I know I'm sounding confusing. Let me just play it for you. See how I'm rocking back and forth like that? Then I start in the next pattern. See how I'm rocking back and forth? And then your last chord, I play regular. So let me just play it through for you slowly. See, sounds like really advanced stuff. That's because it is. So feel free, arpeggios, like to this day, I've been playing piano for like 16 years. If I'm learning a new chord progression like that, I obviously have to practice so I can go super quick. Like you cannot, that's not like a instant thing. You just have to really, really practice that. So I guarantee you, if you just watch this video and practice the way that I taught you over and over and over, eventually it'll become super easy. Your fingers just kind of do it after a while. So the good news is that continues throughout the whole song. And remember, like that's a little trick I do where I like rock back and forth when I don't have room to kind of do the next pattern. I'll rock back and forth between them like this. Etc. Okay, so like I said, the right hand stays the same for both of these versions that I'm teaching you, the easier left hand version and the difficult left hand version. So if you've come this far, you should know pretty much the whole entire song in the right hand. But if you are doing this tricky left hand, I will play it through just the next few parts that I haven't put together, just so you know how it sounds. Play that a little bit slower. The timing is tricky because you keep repeating on the right hand while you're still moving in the left hand. So let's do it a bit slower. Do here is I'm actually going to show you up next the pedal work for this song and just play a little snippet of both versions. So the easy version that I taught you and the more difficult version. So let's get right into it. So every time you move in the left hand is when you lift quickly off the pedal and push back down again. So every time you move from one chord to the next. So difficult left hand, you would lift right when you play the first note of the next pattern of the arpeggio. So it would be like this. Lift, 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 lift. And that's pretty much the pedal throughout the whole song. So just lift whenever you change in the left hand.